So I wrote a piece called Privatization is Fascism. The reason I said that is because Benito Mussolini, the head of the fascist movement in Italy, said, I don't think we should call it fascism, I think we should call it corporatism, because what it does is it breaks down the barrier between the corporation and the government. So, to give you an example, if we ran the fire department for what do they call it? For money, then they would look and they would say, well, there's this neighborhood burning down, but it's on some very valuable land. Why don't we let it burn a little, and then we'll deal with whoever's in charge after that. That's the kind of what you have to watch out for when they talk about privatization. It's fascism.
Two things. If you're going to get the young people to start doing this, you got to make sure you're teaching them to be leaders, to speak, prepare them of different areas. And if you would put it on Facebook or this, that would be another way to get this youth to start a movement. You never know which ones are ready for it. Maybe there is some kids who are ready to fight that struggle. But yet, at the same time, you got to start teaching some youth. And it's going to be a hard challenge.
Yeah. That's so that the younger people in the room, which I believe probably you too, what's your sort of response when you hear the critique? The observation.
Oh, it's a critique.
Okay. I mean, like, what she was saying, like, I don't want to, social network, what you had, that,
No,
youth don't care.
Yeah, like, the lack of caring, the not recognizing how privileged youth is, how we are. I think I was privileged too as a youth, because, as hard as I had it, I know I didn't have it like my cousins in Mexico or like other places in the world where I've traveled, and it's just complacency with media, with whatever it is that's in your environment that you choose to prioritize instead of future issues that might or might not affect you.
Like, me myself, I do feel privileged, like, me having what I have, how I am, like, the way I was brought up, what I know is right, and fight for it. I have to struggle or everything, make sure you fight for it. Like how you say, go outside asking a kid about it, a lot of kids don't. But me, I try to stay, knowing, asking, try to be informed about different things, but,
So how do you feel about your your people, your environment, what you deal with, the people that maybe you're an example and, you've taken it upon yourself, but how do you feel about your,
I mean, with everybody else, I don't feel happy with them. Like, I really don't. Like, with other kids, I try to, like, get them into, like, being how I am, but a lot of them, they just say, oh, no, it don't matter.
Do they think you're not cool?
I mean, if they think that, I really don't care. I could care less. Some of them are probably like, oh, it's just not what we do, or I'd rather be going hanging out at the mall or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. I could, like, my thing is, with my friends, all of them know what I do. All my whole life I'm a fighter, Fight for whatever it is, whatever reason it is, I'm a fighter. I'm not saying I'm going to go box outside or stuff like that, but, I'm a fighter. However, a lot of my friends are like, they're all 21, they're, hey, let's go drink, let's do this, let's go that, their socializing skills are just at the bar, so it doesn't go past that, So when I tell them, oh yeah, I'm having there's a community event, that you should come, maybe you should help out, come volunteer with me, they're like, I gotta work hard, I gotta do this, I don't have time for this, I don't have time for that. But basically it's because the way they was brought up, they were brought up to think about, just about them, it's money over everything. And the media plays into that a lot. Not everyone, but a lot of it, comes like, you watch TV today, it's all about, money, cars, clothes, the best house, the best, you have the best haircut too, even like that, so, like, even when I talk to my friends, I just look back and I'm thankful that I'm not like that, I learned my lesson, now I made a change, now I'm more, I'm more aware of my surroundings, I'm more aware of where I'm from, I made a big change for that, but, it's true what you guys, the critique is true, a lot of younger kids now, they don't know this because their parents don't, force it on them. And I think, maybe not necessarily force it on them, but I think the parents should, at least be like, what, go get involved in your community, go do this, go do that, Oh look, the park is dirty, go clean it up, make that would help the youth bring up leaders, because that's how it starts, It starts with just one simple task, and then it escalates. But the youth now don't care. They're stuck on their iPhones and their iPods.
Now, really, this whole discussion has been about values, and I was listening to, what Lamar said about the way, Lamar was brought up kind of old school, brought up with always thinking about taking care of everybody, and it's a community thing. It's also a church Christian thing, I mean a real Christian thing, not a false Christian thing, but it's to take care of each other, we take care of each other no matter what. And now it's, because when they're trying to cut all these programs, the first thing they do is figure out a way to frame it to divide people up. When they want to cut a pension, they set up this thing called a two-tier, or they even do it in wages in stores like a Safeway. If the old employees get the higher rate and anybody who comes in new gets a newer rate, and we don't care about them because they're coming in new. Well, all of this stuff goes around and comes around. A lot of it is directed against young people because young people are getting paid much less than the older people were. So then they're saying, you get paid much less. The old people didn't care about you, so don't care about them. And it just goes around like that. And it's all bad values. It's destruction, it's division, it's individualism, it's bad values.
Yeah, but I feel by the time that I'm 40, 50, getting ready for that retirement, they're going to say, oh, your retirement's at 100 now. So, every year it goes up.
It's longer.
Yeah, not only that though, you got people who are going into retirement who then go back into work, who might even have, they might have a solid pension, but they go back to work because we're taught that if you don't work, you're useless, you're worthless, you're not anything. People are only defined by what it is they're doing. So I think it's kind of an extension of this idea of dedicating yourself through your life to a boss, a company, a job, whatever it is. You're supposed to be constantly in service to somebody who's making money off of you.